Hello, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my home. Today we're going to be doing something that I am calling self-love practice. So in this practice today, it's not to sound hokey, like, oh, we're just going to love on ourselves. We're going to practice what self-love looks like and hopefully learn what it feels like. And we're going to be gentle with ourselves. We're going to take it easy. We're going to smile to ourselves and show gratitude. And hopefully this practice, this mindset we'll get into is just something that you'll find that you'll be able to take off the mat with you. And without planning it, this is actually a floor yoga practice. We don't get up we don't stand up. We don't do any like balancing poses standing up or anything like that. And I was thinking about it. That wasn't intentional, but it kind of makes sense because to love ourselves, we need to be gentle. We need to take time and show grace to ourselves. And I mean, what better way to show that than a floor yoga practice where we're not necessarily taking it easy, but we're just being a little bit more chill, taking things a little slower, and it's very fitting. So for this practice, we're not going to spend too much time on our knees, but if you do have problems with your knees or you're on a hard surface, I recommend getting a pillow, and then definitely grab either a firm pillow, yoga bolster if you're lucky enough to have one, or maybe like a rolled up towel or blanket, because we're going to do something a little different for our final resting pose, and you're going to want that. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to begin in our seated pose, whatever position you're comfortable seating in. This is easy pose, just cross-legged on the floor. And I want you to take your thumb and your forefinger and put them together. And then just allow your other fingers to curl and relax. Place your finger down here at the bottom of your breastbone and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale, allowing your face to soften. And on your next exhale, relax your shoulders. And find steadiness and rhythm in your breath. And as you find this rhythm, just focusing on your breath, you can either think about what I'm saying, or you can repeat after me. And as you do this, I really want you to concentrate on your heart. Really put your breath into your heart, your mind's eye into your heart. Repeat after me. I choose to love and honor my body, my mind, and my spirit. I honor myself exactly as I am. When I love myself, I create room to let love in. steadying our breath here. Allow your hand to come back down to your thigh. Roll your shoulders up and away from your ears. On our next inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your right hand or arm to the floor, reaching up and over your head with your left arm. Inhale back to center. Nice long spine. And exhale, bringing your left hand or arm to the floor, then reaching up and over your head with your right arm. Inhale, back to center. Let's bring your palms down to your heart. Inhale here. And as you exhale, letting your body naturally twist to the right. And you can bring your hands down if that's more comfortable. So when we're not using our hands or our arms, by keeping them at our heart, our body is doing an active twist, and it's natural and more delicate on your body to do it this way, and it builds more strength. Just doing what your body does naturally. And exhale back to center. Inhale here. And as you exhale, naturally twisting to the left, not forcing anything. Again, you can still bring your arms down if that is more comfortable. Making sure your spine is long and straight, that you're not hunched over. Relax your jaw. And exhale, bringing it back to center. So let's come to our hero's pose. And if it's uncomfortable for you to sit back on your knees, please stay where you are. You can do this there as well. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to opposite shoulders. And this is called a bear hug. And gently just let your elbows rise just a little bit, feeling a nice shoulder stretch here. Go ahead and lay your cheek down on your right hand or right shoulder. Maybe swaying back and forth just a little bit. Now bring your left cheek to your left shoulder. Just allow this sweet moment to fill your chest. Go ahead and bring your head back up. And let your shoulders and your arms relax. Bring your hands down. Roll your shoulders up and away from your ears. Good. Now we're going to stand up on our knees. Again, if this hurts your knees at all, please take a blanket or a towel and put them under your knees to protect them. And you may need some yoga blocks for this part, or I highly recommend putting your hands on your lower back like you're putting your fingers in jeans pockets. Okay, we're going to go into our camel pose. So squeezing your bum, really good to protect your lower back. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly push your pelvis forward and allow your back to bend. Don't force it. Bring your gaze up to the ceiling, or maybe it's just at the upper wall crease, wherever it is. And then if you can see the back wall, you're safe to let your hands down, maybe on yoga blocks or on your heels. And you can take it a little deeper. If your back is feeling the strain, ease up. Remember to squeeze your bottom. And as we're letting ourselves up, bring your neck level with your spine and let everything come up together, squeezing your bottom really good. And relax. Maybe sway your hips from side to side a little bit. Do a little hip roll here. Okay. Bring your hands to the floor. And from here, we are going to go back onto child's pose. I like to keep my knees spread wide in my child's pose. You may like your thighs together, whichever way you prefer. And then just slowly lower yourself back down. Bring your belly to your thighs. Maybe your hands are out in front of you to get a nice stretch. Forehead to the mat. Focus your breath to your lower back. Really feeling your lungs, your lower lungs stretching here. Sometimes I even hear my ribs crack a little. It's just the air never gets to go into this spot, and this is just the perfect opportunity to fill this part of our lungs with fresh air. Just give yourself a moment of thanks. Thank you for being present, for taking this time for yourself out of this busy, crazy schedule, this world, your job, family. Just giving yourself a moment of self-care. Bring your hands to the mat and push up using your hands and your knees into a tabletop position. Inhale, drop your belly, chest and heart forward, gaze forward for cow. And as we go into cat, exhale, bringing your belly button up into your spine, arching your back just like a scared cat, bringing your chin to your chest. And then inhale, roll your shoulders away from the ears, dropping your belly. Exhaling into cat, rounding in that spine. Inhale, chest forward. And exhale, rounding your spine. And find a neutral spine in our tabletop. Bring your left knee or leg a little bit off your mat. So we're going to bring it off to the side like this. And then bring your right leg up. So you're stacking your hips on top of each other. And bring your your right leg back, toes to the mat for our side plank with a kickstand, using our left leg as a kickstand. We're up on our left hand. You can keep your hand here at your hip. You can bring it up to stack your shoulders even. Or for a deeper stretch in your side, bring your arm all the way up and over your head. Nice side plank here. You can give your bottom a good squeeze. Really find that strength and balance. Good. Bring your arm back down and twist. Bring your body back into a tabletop neutral position. Now we're going to do the same thing over on the right side. So kickstand your right foot out. Bring your left foot over and back. Stacking your hips. Keeping your hand either at your hips. Shoulders stacked. You're up and over for a deep stretch. Focus your breath on your side stretch here. Really feel the air filling that space. Squeeze your bum. Good. Exhale and release, coming back to a neutral spine. Very good. Okay, so now we're back in our tabletop. I'm going to come down to the mat. So bring your legs a little bit longer behind you. Squeezing your bottom, slowly lowering yourself down to the mat. Okay. Bring your hands at your side, palms up. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we do that, we're going to sort of tense those muscles and use our breath to lift up our upper body, our arms and our chest. Okay, so deep breath in, reaching up. Here we go. Right here. Go ahead and squeeze your bottom. As always, I will never stop saying that to protect your back. Now it's like you're flying. Exhale, lower to the mat. Bring one of your cheeks to the mat. And now this time we're going to do our whole body. If you're uncomfortable with that, just take the front locust. Or you can bring just your legs up if you want to do something different. But for now, I invite you to take a full body. So as we take a deep breath in, we're going to reach our legs up. We're going to bring our arms up in our chest. We're going to squeeze our bum really good. Inhale up. Good. Hold it just another moment. And exhale. Bring your cheek back down to the floor. And now we're going to take it a little deeper again. And if you're not comfortable, please take whatever locust you prefer. We're going to bring our hands behind us and clasp them. We're going to really open up our chest here and our heart. And we're going to inhale. And just like the last one, we're going to bring everything up. So ready? Inhale and up. If you feel any pain, please release. This should not cause you pain. This is a big stretch here. So you definitely are going to feel a stretch, but no pain. You shouldn't be feeling that. Make sure your bum is squeezed really good. And exhale, releasing down, making sure you let go of your hands when they hit your bottom or your tailbone. Good. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of water. I invite you to drink some water too. Whew. All right, that was tough, but you did it. Love yourself for it. Love yourself for it, no matter what kind of locust you took. It's so good for your lower back, especially if you have that bum squeezed. Okay, hands under shoulders. Push yourself up. back into our neutral tabletop spine. Bring your hands forward a little bit so they're not stacked under your shoulders. Untuck your toes and bring your bottom up. Tailbone touching the sky. Bring your toes in a little bit, your feet in, walk your feet, legs in, maybe pedal out your legs here. Breathing into that space between your shoulder blades for our downward facing dog. Okay, so go ahead and lift your right foot off the ground. Bend your knee really generously and start to bring it towards your nose. Now place that bent knee and that leg on the floor in front of you and begin to lower your back leg to the ground. This is Pigeon Pose. You're more than perfectly fine to just stay here in pigeon, in this sort of upper pigeon. If king pigeon is in your practice, you can take that. Or if you're ready, you can lower yourself down to the ground over your leg. This is a big stretch here. Maybe come down to your forearms. Maybe this is as far as we go today. Okay? If you want to take it even deeper and you're safe to do that, go ahead and bring your forehead down to the mat or to your hands and just relax into the pose. Your hips should be off the ground for the most part. We shouldn't be rolled over onto a cheek or over here. Our hips are square and they're off the mat. Just take a moment here to relax into the pose. If you're feeling any pain at all, let up. We'll just modify the pose a little. If your hands aren't already on the floor, bring them to the floor, push yourself up. Untuck your back toe and begin to draw, pushing back up, draw your hips back up and release your right leg off the floor and bring it back. Maybe put it in the air a little, let it wiggle, roll out your knee and your hips. Good. Oh, and put your foot back to the ground. Let's find our downward facing dog again. Just pedal out your feet. Okay. Now lift your left leg off the floor. Bend your knees and begin to bring your knee close to your nose and to your chin. And then gently place it on the floor in front of you. And then begin to drop your back leg to the floor. Relaxing that back leg and that back foot. Maybe we're just comfortable to stay here. Or take a king pigeon if that's in your practice. Or if you're comfortable, you can release down to the floor, starting with our forearms. And then bringing our head down to our hands. Remember, your hips or your bottom should not be touching the floor. Okay, deep breath in. Bring your hands back to the floor, pushing yourself up. Untuck your toes and draw your hips up. Bringing that left foot back, maybe stretching it in the air a little bit, wiggling it out. Oh, coming back down. Good. Pedal out your knees. All right, bring your feet back and knees to the floor. There we go, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down, maybe squeezing your bottom for support as you slowly lower down. With your hands just a little bit past your shoulders once you get to the floor. And as you inhale, pushing through your hands, draw your heart up into upper dog. We're not pushing up as far as we can go. This is a gentle push up in the air. Your bum should be good and squeezed to protect your back. And exhale, lower back down. And now we're going to flip ourselves over and onto our back. And bring your knees bent, bringing your legs up with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Arms spread wide. Tighten your core, really squeezing your abs. Gently roll your knees over to the right side. Your shoulders should stay on the ground. It's just your knees that are turning over. Bring your gaze, so turn your head and bring your gaze to the opposite side that your knees are pointing over to. Deep breath, breathing into the stretch of your spine right here, getting oxygen there. And as you exhale, just allowing your knees to drop a little bit further, not much, just a little, hovering off the ground. Squeeze your abs really good and bring them back to center. Whew. Collect your breath here, relax your jaw. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, allow your knees to go to the left side. Gaze to the opposite side, to the right. Shoulders on the ground. Remembering to keep your core tight to steady this pose. Breathing into your spine. As you exhale, take it a little bit further. Squeeze your abs and bring yourself back to center. Ooh, good. Bring your knees to your chest. And just give yourself a big hug here. Maybe rocking from side to side. Letting a nice extra long exhale just to let it all go. Good. Release your legs down to the mat. And now we're going to do something a little different. So, get that pillow or rolled up blanket or towel that I told you to get at the beginning. We are going to take our final Savasana with legs up the wall. So I'm going to grab my yoga bolster. I'm going to put my bolster right up against the wall. And this part's the trickiest part, which is getting our legs up the wall. So do your best to get as close as you can for now. And then slowly bring your legs up. It does feel awkward and silly at first. It's okay. Once your legs are up the wall, go ahead and adjust your support, that blanket, bolster, and bring it to your lower back so that your tailbone and your bottom hang off just slightly. And then bring your legs straight up the wall. You can also take them wide if that's more comfortable. But just whatever position you take, you can even bend your knees if that feels better. But whatever position feels best for you and that you can allow yourself to relax in. You can place your hands on your belly, or you can place them at your sides. With every inhale, I want you to give thanks for this moment. With every exhale, relax some part of your body, starting with your knees. Let's relax the knees. Let's relax the jaw. Exhale, relax your forehead. Give yourself grace and forget how silly you felt getting into this pose and enjoy being here. Because this is one of the most relaxing yoga poses. As we take a few moments to allow ourselves this moment of relaxation, self-care, self-love, I don't want you to think about the time or what you have to do next. I will hold this space for you. And if you find your mind drifting off to unwelcome places, just bring it back to your breath. Over and over, just bring it back. If you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. You can definitely stay where you are if you're comfortable and you don't want to move. Your arms behind you and stretch. Put your feet on the wall and bend your knees. Maybe windshield wiper your knees a little bit. And if you're following along with me, if you're relaxing and staying where you are, that's fine. If you're following along with me, you get to do the fun part and now get out of this pose. So just begin to bring your knees down and roll over. Now this may not be work for everyone, but get yourself out of the pose. Come back up. Let's find a nice seated position on our mat. Right, and if you're sitting with me now, go ahead and inhale, reach your arms up. And as we exhale, palms together, slowly bringing our hands down past our forehead, our lips, and our throat. Think good things about yourself. Speak kindly about yourself. Hands at your heart. And one more time, we're going to repeat the affirmation we started this class with. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Repeat after me as you focus here on your heart. I choose to love and honor my mind, my body, and my spirit for exactly who I am. Exactly as I am. When I love myself, I create room to let love in. I am so honored every time I get to share my practice with you. So thankful. I promise I don't take this or you for granted. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. The world needs your light today. It really does. So go shine on. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Have a beautiful day.